Harry Kane is leaving Bayern Munich. When I first saw the news, I froze. Kane has been the best striker we've had since Lewandowski left. But what is the truth behind this story? For the last 48 hours, speculation has spread fast. Reports claim Kane is toying with the idea of moving back to England, but at this point, it feels like more than just talk. Tottenham Hotspur, his boyhood club, have been given a glimmer of hope. Kane rose through their academy, became Spurs' all-time top scorer, but left in search of trophies. Now, rumours suggest Bayern may be open to selling him back to a Premier League side next summer. His contract runs until 2027, and that leaves a window for Spurs to dream again. If Kane goes back, he can chase Alan Shearer's Premier League record. He can return as Tottenham's hero. German football expert Raphael Honigstein told talkSPORT that inside Bayern, it's no secret Kane wants to finish his career on English soil. He also said it looks unlikely Kane will extend his contract beyond 2027, and the club is already planning for life after him. That's why Bayern brought in Nicholas Jackson from Chelsea this summer. Vincent Kompany made the move to add depth, not to replace Kane immediately. Honigstein was clear on that. Jackson is a backup for now, but whether Bayern see him as Kane's successor is still unclear. The real question is timing. Does Kane leave after this season, or does he play through to 2027? Bayern can't afford to sit still. So many striker targets have slipped away in the past 2 seasons. If they don't plan properly, they could be left exposed.
Last 24 hours, Rafi, finally, there's been a few stories suggesting that Harry Kane wants to finish his time at Bayern at the end of this season and return to the Premier League. What have they been saying in Germany about that?
It's not a story that we've, I think, seen a lot of in Germany at the moment. It's no, I think, big secret that people in Germany don't expect Harry Kane to see out his career at Bayern necessarily. There was always a chance. I think Bayern are braced for the, shall we say, possibility that he will leave perhaps slightly earlier than his contract. His contract runs till 2027, so one way or the other, I think both he and the club need to take a view on this fairly soon. And the fact that they were pushing for somebody who can be both a backup and an understudy for Kane. They looked at Šeško, they looked at Woltemade, they ended up with Jackson with a obligation, which is kind of a soft obligation to buy. It suggests that Bayern, I think, are aware of the possibility that Kane might go in a year or two, and they need to plan for the future slightly. But at the same time, he is so good that anyone who comes in, and I would put Jackson firmly in that bracket, will have to play around Kane rather than really compete. There's absolutely no chance that Jackson will have the opportunity to displace Kane. He will have to play alongside him or ahead of him, or give Kane the occasional breather when he misses a game or two. But he is very much there to be the backup and maybe his eventual successor, but we're still quite far off that.
I don't believe Kane will go back to England when this contract ends. Can it happen? Of course, but I doubt it. At Tottenham, he gave everything and won nothing. In Munich, that curse ended. He has silverware, and his biggest ambition is to win the Champions League. That's possible with Bayern. If he really goes back to England, the only realistic options to win the Champions League are City, Liverpool, or maybe Chelsea. Going back to Tottenham would be his worst decision. He would retire with records, yes, but still without the European glory he wants.
It feels good. It feels amazing, to be honest. A lot of hard work, a lot of dedication throughout the season, and to have this reward now is special. And it's a special group of players, the staff, and obviously my first one in my career. So it feels that extra little bit sweet. So it was a good celebration last night, and I'm sure there'll be a few more to come over the next weeks.
Right now, Bayern are on break because of the World Cup qualifiers. Our players are shining for their nations. Michael Olise scored a brilliant goal for France. Dayot Upamecano also played in their 2-0 win over Ukraine, and he was pillar at the back. Nicholas Jackson and Senegal beat Sudan 2-0. Luis Diaz and Colombia are officially in the 2026 World Cup after beating Bolivia 3-0. They secured their place with 1 game to spare. Germany, though, started badly. They lost 2-0 to Slovakia. Nagelsmann started 4 of our players: Kimmich, Goretzka, Gnabry and Tah, but they couldn't prevent. It's not the start we wanted, but let's hope they bounce back. So, will Bayern hold him until 2027? Let me know what you think